Hey, this is Corey from Wolfpack Woodcraft. This is going to be a longer video, but it kind of needs to be for me to explain everything I feel you need to understand when it comes to these inflation pumps. Now, the inflation pump that I've used for years is the Thermarest Neo Air by Camp Tech. I use this all the time. Anytime I go to camp, this is what I use to inflate my sleeping pads. Sometimes I use it for my pillow depending on how cold it is. And it's just a little pump that runs on 2 AAA batteries. It's very lightweight. The issue that I have with it though is it's not very user friendly. And so when you open the lid all the way, it turns on. And so that's annoying. And there's this little rubber thing on the inside that pops out, and that's what you put onto your Thermarest sleeping pad, and then it blows it up. So you open the lid all the way, and then it blows up your sleeping pad. So this is it. This is all that you get. So I have some pillows here to demonstrate my point. The disadvantage of this is if you have a standard nozzle, this will fit over it, no problem. And it'll blow up your pillow, sleeping pad, whatever it is with the standard nozzle. But watch what's happening here. And this is why the video is going to get long, because I got to show you these things. So you can see this channel here is not filling full of air. It's having a hard time getting in to the different channels to inflate this pillow. So the 3 channels are getting air, but it's having a hard time getting it into that 4th one. It's taking a long time, okay? You guys, I think you guys get the point. It's taking a long time. It just doesn't have the power to inflate this pillow. This is why I don't use these climate pillows either, is because they're hard to inflate because of the channels, and they're hard to deflate because of the way they're designed. Which is good when you're using them, but it's not good when you're packing up or blowing them up. So, you saw how long that took. I now have all the air out of it. I'm going to just blow it up and let's see how long that takes. Okay, so there it is, fully inflated. Didn't take long at all. This thing just could not keep up. Alright, and then I have a long climate that this thing just won't even fill at all. It can't get through all those baffles. It just doesn't have the power to do so. And so the other thing that I want to mention with this is if you have a dump valve or a one-way valve, this doesn't have the strength. Well, one, there's nothing to attach onto with these dump valves, and so you just have to kind of set it next to it. And again, it doesn't have the power to blow through that one-way valve, so you have to open it, put it up next to it this way, and then it will inflate it again slowly. And then the problem arises when you have to shut it. Okay? It's topped out. It's not going to even inflate it all the way. And then you go to shut it, and you lose most of the air that was in it. And you can see very floppy. It doesn't work really well. But I used this for years, and I figured there's got to be something better. And this is where the longness of the video ends, because I found something that works really, really well. And I want to make sure not to cut out me deflating all this stuff so that you don't think there's any hokey pokey going on or me cheating in any way. Because every single time you cut the camera, every single time you turn it off, there's somebody that goes, oh, he halfway inflated it when the camera was off, or he did this or he did that when the camera was off. So I'm not turning the camera off, which makes this video longer, but it makes it more believable. This is the FlexTailGear pump, air pump, and it comes with a bunch of different attachments. Now this one runs on 2 AAA batteries. This one has an internal battery that charges with the Type-C, which I really like. It's the same charger that your phone probably runs on. USB to USB-C cable comes with it for charging. Comes with a large nozzle, a medium nozzle, a small nozzle that can also fit this little rubber end. And so if you have a traditional one that's fatter, you can use this to inflate it. It has a standard nozzle so that you can inflate those pool inflatables and everything. You can use that for this. It has a ring so that there's those big storage containers, because this will inflate and deflate. This will only inflate. This will inflate and deflate. And so you can put it on one of those big storage bags and then suck all the air out of it. And so this is really cool. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this rubber and then I can put it either on the inflate side or the deflate side, and I can suck all the air out of my sleeping pad or sleeping bag to make them easier to roll. I never do that, but you can. So I'm going to put the nozzle on here for inflate. I'm going to attach the same pillow. I'm going to double press the power button. Push it one time to turn it off, and you can see this pillow is fully inflated. Had no problems. We're going to try that with the large climate that we didn't even try with the other one because it wouldn't happen. So let's put this on there. Double click the power button. This one is much louder as well, but it is way more powerful. And again, it's inflated. It got through all the baffles, all the everything. The one-way or the dump valves, the one-way valves with the dump valve, you can close them and use the one-way valve. And so we're going to change these out for the medium one. And so I'm using the one-way valve, and I'm going to stick this inside there. It locks into place. Double press. And it's strong enough to push that one-way valve out of the way and fully inflate this pillow. So if you didn't hear me, it was able to push that one-way valve out of the way and fully inflate this pillow. It is solid, okay? It is full. So we'll do the same thing with the Sea Summit. We're going to close the dump valve. We're going to take the rubber part off of here and use the small attachment. Hook it straight to the one-way valve. Fits in there. Double click the power button. And again, I can leave it because of the way that it's designed. It's not closed. It just pushed that one-way valve out of the way and completely inflated my pillow. And so imagine how fast it will inflate a sleeping pad. Okay, this took a long time to inflate my sleeping pad, but it was something that I would just set it, forget it, I'd come back. Where this, I can put it on there and inflate it. The downside, there's always a con to everything, is because this is so powerful, it can pop your pillow, it can pop your sleeping pad. If you're not careful, this can pop it. This isn't strong enough to pop it. Most of the time, I would inflate my sleeping pad or whatever to as much as this would allow it to, and then I would close it, take this off, reopen it, and then I'd firm it up with my mouth. I would just give it like a breath or two. And so this wasn't powerful enough to destroy anything. This is. So you need to be very careful when using it. Luckily I haven't destroyed anything yet, but I have overinflated some things and had them bulge out. And so you need to be very careful while using this. But the other advantage that I like with this is with my thermarest, as soon as I get to camp, I blow up my pad. This is just wasted weight. It does nothing else for the rest of the trip. This is a lantern, so it has a little loop on top that you can attach a carabiner or whatever you want, and then you press and hold, and then it's a light. So you got low, medium, high, and off. And so now, instead of bringing my Lucy lights, instead of bringing this and my Lucy light, I can just bring this, and I have the ability to inflate whatever I bring with me, even pool floaties. If I want to float in the lake or float in the river, I can inflate my inner tube or whatever I bring with this as well, and then I can use it as a lantern at night. And so I'm not just carrying dead weight, I'm actually carrying something that I'm going to use the entirety of the trip, and it is quite bright. And so this is a game changer. I really like this thing a lot. Again, you have to be careful not to overinflate or pop anything that you bring. But with all the adapters, most of these I'm just going to leave at home. This large adapter fits in all my sleeping pads. It fits in the thermarest. The standard air nozzle fits inside of there, no problem. It fits my Trekology sleeping pad with the dump valve. This snaps right into that dump valve. And so for sleeping pads, I only need this one. For pillow, I only need this one, but I'm probably going to leave it at home. I usually blow the pillow up with my mouth. So if I have charging cable that I'm going to have anyway, I'm not going to bring this one. I always bring a charging cable for my phone. So essentially all I have to bring is this. And I have everything I need to inflate my pillow, my sleeping pad, and I have a lantern. And it all fits here for me to use. And I really, really like it. This is a game changer. This has made my life extremely easy, and I can't recommend it enough. There's a bunch of different ones of these. There's a bunch of different brands they remarket. It seems like they're all the same thing. It's just different companies are marketing them. I picked this one because it was white. There are other ones that are bigger and orange, and there are some that are, there's a whole bunch of different ones. The reason I picked this one particular is because I like the color, I prefer the color, and it's the smallest one I could find. So if you're interested in this one, I will leave a link to it in the description box down below. As an Amazon affiliate link, I get a small commission for anything you buy on Amazon, even if you don't buy this. If you buy something else, I still get a little bit of a commission from it. And so keep that in mind, and I can't wait to see you on my next video.